welcome to Alien Brain Astrology. We are going to be talking about Neptune. What is Neptune, the planet in astrology? What does it represent? And Neptune right now is a timely discussion just because on the 26th of January 2026, Neptune moved into the sign of Aries. Now, Neptune is an outer planet, right? Which means it's a generational planet. It has a more generational effect rather than a more personal effect, like, say, Mars or Mercury. And Neptune takes about 165 years to make a full orbit around the sun. And so the last time Neptune was in Aries was in 1861, which was the year of the American Civil War, just to give you an idea of how long ago really that was, right? And what that actually feels like. So, what is Neptune? Neptune, people say that it's known in modern astrology as the higher octave of Venus. So what does that mean? Venus is the planet of love, romance, art, right? Sensuality. And Neptune being the higher octave of Venus is really talking about the unconditional love, unconditional compassion, and the and art as transcendent, right? So art that spans a generation, art that has an impact on a generation, right? This is what Neptune, when people say it's the higher octave of Venus, that's what they mean. So Neptune represents a few keywords, okay? And I like to start off with keywords for planets because that's really the best way to hone in on the energy really quickly. Neptune represents illusion, spirituality, again, transcendence, the boundlessness, right? With transcendence, we mean there's no boundaries per se when it comes to Neptune. It's kind of melding, right? Melding everything together. Neptune can also represent confusion. It represents our imagination. When we get lost in our imagination, that is Neptune, right? When we are creating worlds in our minds, that's Neptune, right? We create things with Neptune. Spirituality, right? So Neptune on the more negative end can mean disillusionment, can mean confusion, right? Because Neptune is like a fog, right? And you just think about, physically, if you want to think about Neptune, that's how you're thinking about it, right? So there's a fog over the eyes, there's a fog in the mind, whatever the case may be, right? Neptune is ethereal. If you look at your chart and the planet Neptune looks like the trident, right? Is sitting in the first house, right? First of all, if Neptune is on any of the angles, right? Ascendant, descendant, ICMC, right? If Neptune's sitting close to those angles, yes, it's going to have a more prominent effect on your life. If Neptune's sitting in the first house on the ascendant, right? People with Neptune in the first house, they in their earlier life will experience being projected onto, right? People are going to be projecting all kinds of preconceived notions onto them, right? People with Neptune in the first, if they really wanted to, they could confuse people. It can be hard to read these people, okay? If you see someone with Neptune in the first house, when you see them in person, it's like they're a fairy. They can be very beautiful. Their energy is very beautiful. The problems that they go through, though, the biggest issue with Neptune in the first is that they absorb everything, right? So they absorb all the energy around them. So if they're in close proximity to someone with, like, that's always angry or always, like, anxious or whatever the case is, this Neptune in the first is going to absorb all the energy, right? These are people that, like, depending on the rest of the chart too, can't be in crowded spaces, can't be in, like, confusing spaces. Like, they definitely need time to filter out energy, right? And having an energetic hygiene system is very important. Energetic boundaries are very important for people with Neptune in the first. Other people can get lost in them, let's do another example. What if Neptune is sitting in your 10th house or on the MC midheaven? Their career trajectory is not going to look normal. Okay, they're going to be seen as like a mystic, they're going to be seen as mysterious. They get told that they are confusing. They get told that they are confusing. If they encounter people who are not open-minded, who can't place them, who can't put them in a box, right? People who like to put things in boxes, when they meet this Neptune in the 10th house individual, that individual is going to confuse them, right? So Neptune in the 10th, they get told a lot that they are confusing, right? Or they might come off confusing the way that they carry themselves, right? But again, these people's career trajectory is not going to be normal. They might encounter a lot of obstacles, unseen obstacles when it comes to building their career, right? They move very differently in the world, and anything that they create, any art that they create, can really like have a big impact, right? Because again, Neptune is a generational planet, and it's very beautiful. It's ethereal, right? And they can also hypnotize very easy, right? Neptune is another thing, represents altered like states of consciousness, right? Remember, we're talking about a fog, okay? And when we talk about the fog, think about when you're driving in a fog. What is the worst thing you can do when you're driving in a fog? Is turning on your high beams, trying to shine some light on it. Because what happens is the light diffuses and it becomes harder to see. And this is Neptune. If you try to shine a light on it, the best thing you can do is don't try to understand it. Just accept it, right? And this goes into the whole unconditional love, unconditional compassion, which is definitely something we have to practice. Their art can be beautiful, and they can hypnotize in a public sphere. Let's talk about Neptune entering Aries. So here's the thing, the millennials, if you were born with Neptune in Capricorn, the next 13 years that Neptune is going to be in Aries is really going to show us quite a few hard truths, right? Because Capricorn and Aries square each other. It's a hard aspect. And when you have a square, you have a tension. What's going to happen right now is that we are going to become those people are going to become more and more disillusioned, right? Because Capricorn represents systems, right, that have been built over time, right? Capricorn is the sea goat, right? Or the, climbing the mountain regardless, right? We are going to, start feeling disillusioned with the system, disillusioned with the economic system. There's a return actually to mysticism, to the woo-woo, as people would say. There's a return to psychics, belief in the universe, belief in manifestation. All that falls under the realm of Neptune, right? Being able to believe in the things that are unseen, right? Because a fog isn't physical. It's water and air, right? It's not really physical. Like, you can't hold it. And when Neptune now in Aries, think about it this way, right? Aries is ruled by Mars. And then on top of that, Saturn will move into Aries as well in February. So there's going to be Saturn and Neptune in Aries, right? So think about that for a second. And guess what? Saturn rules Capricorn. So this is such a timely discussion, because the people born, if you're a part of the generation like I am with Neptune in Capricorn, we're gonna start to feel disillusion with a lot of things, right? And let's put this equation together. Okay, this is where shit gets real. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is the accelerator. Okay? Neptune is the fog. And Saturn is your brakes, right? So it's like life right now is going full speed ahead, Aries, full speed ahead. And then here come Saturn, right? We're going full speed ahead in the fog, uh, enjoying the beautiful scenery, all right? This ethereal, like pink fog that's like, oh my God, it's so pretty. And then Saturn come in and it's braking, but we're pushing, right? Like there's the car is still going, honey, right? The car is still going. We in a fog, and then Saturn comes and tries to brake. It's a hot mess. And here's the thing: this generation, Neptune and Capricorn generation, we're gonna have to start to get real comfortable with learning how to get up off the ground, because trust and believe there's gonna be a lot of opportunity for us to get up off the ground, because we're gonna be knocked off our ass for a little bit. We're gonna be knocked on our ass for a little bit, right? Like this energy is so interesting, and I still have to do more of a deeper analysis on it, but I find it so interesting that the ruler of our Neptune and Capricorn, Saturn, is sitting in Aries with Neptune, right? I guarantee you, all the mystics, all the psychics, all the people involved in the occult, spirituality, returning to source, belief in the universe, manifestation, creators that are into that, their growth is going to skyrocket, because they're going to create systems, right, around all the spirituality. Okay? And again, Aries is go, 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 right? With Neptune and Aries, all the things that you're imagining in your mind, all the dreams that you have, Neptune's the dreamer. This is what you want to start to bring into reality. Why I say that? Saturn is there, creating discipline. Neptune's the dreamer, right? Aries is the first one, the first zodiac sign, right? The pioneer. I'm telling you, spirituality is gonna jump so high right now. So if you're in that world, 'tis the season. At the same time, what's gonna fuel that is people with with Neptune and Capricorn. These people are gonna start to understand that the system that we have been participating in doesn't work anymore. And so this is the inkling of creating a new system. And I say an inkling because it's all happening in the warrior, the daredevil, Aries, right? The pioneer, right? The one that wants to do it first. And because Aries is squaring hard aspect to Capricorn, it's not going to come without a fight. We, in real time right now, for the next 13 years, our generation, Neptune and Capricorn, we are getting feedback on what it will take to build new systems that honor art, that honor storytelling, that honor a return to source, right? That honors spirituality, right? And it's think of it as trial and error, but people are going to be building.